everyone, this is Rachel and welcome to another scrapbooking process video. If you hang out until after the video is through, there are always detailed shots of my current layout. Let's get going!
Hey everyone, so I'm here today with a process video. So you'll have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a mess on my hands. This should be going up in the beginning of October, end of September. I'm prepping to go to a crop and trying to finish up enough layouts so that I have continuous videos for you guys. And my area is a bit of a mess. So right now I'm going to go ahead and scrapbook these two photos using some close to my heart stuff. I don't know if I have, I do, here we go. It is from the So Much Happy line, and it was, I think this is 2018. Yes, it is 2018. So as I said, I have these two photos, so let's go ahead and get started.
Alright, so just so I can explain, I was originally going to do this real time. Something happens about halfway through, and that will explain why I didn't do it real time. So instead, so if you see me pointing at things and talking about things, and here's Miss Xanthe making an appearance, she might have something to do with the reason it's not live. Um, but if you see me pointing to things and stuff like that, it's simply because originally I was talking to you, he or she knocked things a bit wonky. It's not going to be the last time. Anyway, so basically what I'm creating is some large mats for my photos to sit on. I've got that light gray one. The other half of that light gray has like flowers along the bottom, but I just wanted the gray part. I used the flowers somewhere else in another layout. And then I had that large chunk of red stripy paper, and now I've got this really big blue paper as well, and I'm going to tuck that behind everything as kind of like the base layer above my colored cardstock. I did also use that branding strip you see at the bottom just to bring a bit of weight down to the bottom of my page rather than have that light gray floating there. I had this little piece of the same blue paper. The opposite side is like a teal grid paper, and all I did was trim that in half and then glued it. Oh, and you can see here where the flowers are on that gray paper. It's just obviously the part I'm not using. So I used my liquid glue to get the branding strip nicely under that gray piece of paper, and now I'm happy with the way my papers are looking, and I'm going to go ahead and get my photos down. This is very colorful. I feel I can do that. My nephew is the main focus in both photos, obviously, and he's wearing that bright red sweatshirt. Other than that, everything is background. So there isn't a lot going on in these photos, so I can use the bolder colors and the lots of pattern because it still doesn't pull from my photos. If I had photos with a lot of people, or it was a photo of, say, like some natural trees and stuff like that, where bright colors or lots of colors would pull from that, I wouldn't necessarily use the same bold colors I'm using here. And I think I'm going to show you, I think I showed you the Vicky Bouton molding paste I picked up, which I'm not using this. It was just something I was talking about while I was talking to you. So I do have this piece of multicolored diamond paper, and as you can see, the other side is a cut apart, so I've been cutting pieces out. I've also been using the multicolored diamond piece, but there's just this really weird shape left. So I'm trying to trim it out so I've got some straight lines, and I'm just going to tuck that up above the photo. I thought it needed just a little bit of lightness up there, so that's what I'm doing in tucking it behind the blues. I'm trying to get it so you can see it behind that red piece of paper, but it also comes all the way down over the photo, if that makes any sense. So I'm trimming out this part, this little navy and yellow flag that says celebrate, because this particular instance was a very big celebration for my nephew. School-wise, he finished his capstone research project. I know if you are a longtime watcher of me, I have done a couple of these capstone related projects. It's simply because it was a really big part of my nephew's senior year. I have these Amy Tangerine older thickers. I think they're called Thick and Thin. And I didn't have another N, and I was annoyed. But when I was putting it away, oh, and here's Ms. Xanthe, and she would not get off. And then she actually knocked everything over. So that is why I didn't end up doing this in real time, because I just got really annoyed at her. So I was not in the mood to talk to people, and even just the random camera. I did go and find another package of these Thick and Thin thickers, so I was super happy about that. So my entire title is just going to be done. This was, he had finished the research project, he was submitting it and presenting it to a panel of teachers, so he was incredibly happy to just have that monkey off his back and be able to continue with his senior year knowing that his was done. Like, he did still have to do a presentation to parents and stuff, but that was a much smaller concern. So I have started gluing down my embellishments. I have a couple pieces of the Close to My Heart chipboard, which is very thin for chipboard. That's totally fine. I just want to explain to you, it's more like really thick cardstock. Those glasses, the piece at the top where it says the best day, those are both that material. And then there are some cut aparts, the celebrate, and then that pink and red flag on the upper left hand side. And then I also brought in some flair, and that is from Freckled Fawn, and it's been in my stash forever. So the little rainbow piece, and then also the little letter and envelope. And I don't know why I decided the envelope needed to be on this page. It just worked with the color yellow more than anything. All right, I also have these word and phrase stickers that are from the Close to My Heart set, and I'm just gluing them down. And they say things like awesome job and way to go and super fun, and just like, happy happy phrases. And then I decide to move that flare down to the bottom, but that makes me happy. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. And now I'm using my art glitter glue, and I'm going to go ahead and put down all of these wood veneer stars. And I'm just spreading them out into 3 piles, because what I often do when I do something like this is manage to end up with some awkward number in one of the places I'm putting it, and then I have to go find more. Because it's like, no, I don't want to put 4 stars down in one area because it doesn't look good. So I was trying to make sure I had an odd number of stars, and also that they were a good mix of sizes, because I do have the small, medium, and large stars here. So the cool thing about my art glitter glue is I can pop down 8 or 9 pieces of glue, dots of glue, and then take my time to decide which size I want to go where. With the Scotch quick dry adhesive, it does dry a little bit quicker, so I couldn't necessarily do all of them at once because the dots would start to dry. That's going to finish off my layout. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be great. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.